Hi there, this is Elaine. Today's story is about the Kangaroo Twins, Lulu and Jake. Now, this is the third bedtime story in the Australian Animal series, designed to help you feel good about yourself and to help you sleep. So are you comfortable? Like really comfortable? You might like to just move your body a little to make sure your head is supported. So fluff up that pillow a bit and make sure that you're warm enough. Or if you live where I do, then cool enough. And once you feel just right, then just lie there quietly, listening to the sound of your breathing. Just notice the sound as you breathe in, and then the sound as you blow out. Breathe in through your nose and blow out slowly through your mouth. You do it now. That's really good. And I wonder if you notice your body becoming just a little bit more relaxed, and you feel a little more settled. All you have to do is listen to my voice, to the words I say. It's really very easy. And if at this point you still have your eyes open, you can close them now or leave them open. It actually doesn't matter. It's whatever makes you feel comfortable. And as you lie there, you might notice any other sounds around you. Just notice them, and then focus back on my voice and to your breathing. Breathing in through your nose and slowly out through your mouth. A few more times now. In through your nose, out through your mouth. As you are listening to your breathing and to my voice, now I want you to notice where your fingers are now. Move them a little. And just be aware of your fingers and what they're touching. Maybe your leg, the covers, side of the bed or chair. Maybe they're just lying at your side, against some fabric, a sheet perhaps. Just notice how they are. Can you notice any smells or scents or aromas in the air? Let your nose find any smell. Maybe the smell of soap on your body or shampoo in your hair, or maybe the smell of freshly washed sheets. If you can't smell anything, that's perfectly fine. But what we're doing is connecting to your senses, helping you to become more aware of sound, of touch, and of smell. And now you might just want to take a big sigh in, and I'll get on with the story. Are you ready then? Lulu and Jake are kangaroos. They're about 7 years old and they are twins. Jake was born a few minutes before Lulu, and he's a little bigger than she is. And as kangaroo kids, he seems to be a bit taller, maybe a little stronger, and certainly appears to be a little more confident than she is. Although Lulu loves her brother, she has always felt a little less important. Not that he has done anything to make her feel that way, it's just how she feels. As the days go by, she notices that the other animals seem to like Jake a little more. He gets more invites to go to parties and he definitely has more friends. Every week they go to tree school with Pippa the platypus and Kaira the koala. And although Lulu is quite good at school, she always felt that Jake was just a little bit smarter than she was. People tend to gather around him because he's funny, just a little funnier than she is. She just thought that Jake was a little bit better at everything, and that made her sad. She started to spend more time on her own, making excuses why she couldn't go to the places that Jake went. He is so into his own world that he doesn't even notice how sad Lulu is. One day, after walking for quite a long time, Lulu sees a group of kookaburras playing near the creek. They're singing and laughing as kookaburras do. Now the kookaburra is a very handsome Australian bird, and she notices them all perched in the branches, tall and proud, laughing and having fun. And as she watches them, she notices a much smaller kookaburra. Whose feathers seem to be a little bit patchy. This kookaburra was standing a little more crooked than the others, and it looked like she had 1 foot shorter than the other. As Lulu watches them laughing and singing, she notices that the kookaburra, with the most beautiful laugh, the biggest voice was the funny little kookaburra with the short leg. After a while, the kookaburras settled down for a nap, and Lulu went up to the kookaburra with the short leg and said, "Hello there, I'm Lulu. What's your name?" "My name is Kaira," she said. "Nice to meet you, Lulu. I was watching you as we were singing and you look very sad," said Kaira. Lulu then started to tell Kaira all about her twin Jake and how he was just a little bit better at everything than she was. He was smarter, funnier, taller, stronger, and she just wasn't feeling very good about herself. Kaira jumped down next to Lulu and said, "Lulu, I once felt the way that you do. And if you look at me, you see that I'm not particularly beautiful. My feathers are all patchy. My back is much less straight than the other kookaburras. And I have one leg shorter than the other. But the one thing I do have is a beautiful voice. My laugh is loud and beautifully toned, and my singing voice is like the voice of an angel. And I know that it's strong and super special. All the other kookaburras tell me I have the best voice. But it wasn't always like that." Lulu was listening to Kaira's every word as she continued to tell her story. "I always knew that I had a good voice, but I was always afraid to use it. Because in every other way, I was a bit ordinary, or so I thought. I was worried that the other birds would laugh at me. So I started to practice on my own every day. I would practice my laugh, I would sing the highest and then the lowest notes. I'd practice all the time. And then eventually my voice became louder and clearer and more beautiful. Then one day I was with all the other kookaburras, and I decided to open my mouth, and I started to laugh and sing. And everything went quiet, and all the birds were looking at me. And soon they started to flap their wings and cry out, "Well done, Kaira! What a beautiful voice you have." I have to tell you, Lulu, I cried a little tear that day. After that day, I was known as the best singer. I had the most beautiful laugh. And I could stand up with my chest out high on that tree with all the other birds. I felt proud, I felt good, I felt so confident. And the best part, Lulu, was that I had done this all by myself. Kaira then looked at Lulu and said, "What do you love doing, Lulu? Something that you could maybe be really good at." I love to jump," said Lulu. "I have big muscly legs and this long, strong tail, and I'm quite fast. But Jake is just a little bit better than me. He is stronger and he is faster," she sighed. "Don't worry about Jake," said Kaira. Let's start working on your jumps and your strength, and let's make you into the top jumping kangaroo. What do you think?" "That sounds great," said Lulu. "Okay, so come here again tomorrow," said Kaira, "and I will help you to train." Lulu hopped away into the bush feeling better than she'd felt in ages. She so admired Kaira and what she had done to become the best and the loudest singer and laugher. For the next few months, Lulu spent every free moment with Kaira, jumping and hopping, getting stronger and stronger, faster and faster, until she was able to move so fast, jump so high, over large tree trunks, puddles of water, piles of dirt. Lulu was really proud of what she achieved, and so was Kaira. A few days later, Lulu and Jake were at the creek having a drink and talking to some friends, when a couple of kangaroos from a neighbouring family challenged Jake and Lulu to a race. "Let's see who's the strongest and the fastest kangaroo in this bush," said one of the big and cocky kangaroos. Jake held his head up high and said without hesitation, "I am, but if you want to race, that's fine by me." The other animals were excited to see who really was the king or queen of kangaroos. It was all about strength and speed. Pippa said that she would start the race. And as Jake and Lulu and the other kangaroos got ready at the starter's line, Lulu heard beautiful singing coming from the tree above. And as she looked up, she saw Kaira singing her heart out. And she knew it was for her. Pippa shouted, "Go!" and the 4 kangaroos took off at speed, jumping as high and as fast as they could, jumping over trees and bushes, little hills, puddles and creeks. After a while, it was just Jake and Lulu racing for the finish. Jake could not believe how close Lulu was to him. In his head, he said to himself, "Lulu is just a little slower than I am. She's a little weaker. I will win." And they turned around the last corner towards the finish line. They had to leap over a large half-fallen tree, and Lulu launches herself into the air and jumped about a metre in front of Jake and finished first. The other animals started clapping and cheering. The kookaburras were going crazy with their laughing and singing, with Kaira's laugh so much louder than the others. Jake went up to Lulu and gave her a big hug and said, "Wow, Lulu, that was amazing. You are the fastest, strongest kangaroo in this bush." Lulu felt so good. She stood tall and proud. She had never, ever felt this good before. All the animals were around her, patting her, congratulating her. And from that day on, Lulu started to believe in herself. That there may be things that she wasn't great at, but that didn't matter. We're not all good at everything. She realized that day that everyone has something special about them, whether it's a good voice, being able to run or jump, being strong, able to make people laugh, or just being a good, kind friend. It doesn't matter what it is, large or small. We all have something special deep inside. Lulu and Kaira became really good friends. But now it's time to sleep. It can get very tiring in the bush, particularly when you are the strongest and fastest kangaroo. So Lulu snuggled up in her bed with a little smile on her face, feeling safe, loved, comfortable, and special. So now you can close your eyes if they're still open and take a little bit of Lulu's smile, a little bit of Lulu's confidence. And soon you'll find yourself falling into a nice, easy, relaxed sleep just like Lulu. You deserve to sleep. It's your time to sleep. Going deeper and deeper down now. Sleep tight. Night night.